Travis Wayne Goodsell. In the church news today, Elaine L. Jack died. Who told you in advance something would happen? Me. The president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Russell Marion Nelson, didn't. Never has any of Brigham Young's branch-off presidents ever claimed the gifts of seer, prophet, revelator, and translator of ancient languages. Only me. You can judge me by my fruits. This comes from Revelation chapter 7, or Revelation. That's Elaine L. Jack. Joseph Smith translation, Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. Sign in the heaven, likeness of things on the earth. Boom, there it is. Proven yet again. Nobody conforms to this other than the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Nobody. Elaine L. Jack was the Relief Society president from 1990 to 1997. Her death corresponded with the sign in the heavens. Not Catholics, not Islam, not Jews. Nobody. Only the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints conforms and complies to the Joseph Smith translation, Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. Nobody. Are you still going to deny this, Mormons? Are you still going to lie and deny that the church isn't true and say it's true? If you don't believe Joseph, if you don't believe me, you don't believe the church is true. Because if you believe the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is true, then you don't believe the Book of Mormon, you don't believe Joseph Smith, you don't believe me. You have chosen wrong. Because again, Joseph Smith, proven right. Me, proven right. Only Joseph and myself know this information and have been trying to teach it to you. And you won't believe. And you don't get it. You don't understand the consequences. So now let's go to Matthew 7. Verse 15 is judging false prophets by their consequences, the results. You can now judge me by my results. Cha-ching! True prophet, yet again. Russell Marion Nelson, nothing. False prophet. Yet again. So this whole chapter is about judging people. And Christians lie to you and say, you can't judge me. We don't need Joseph Smith translation for this. It's very obvious if you keep reading. And so the beam and the mote. Every single Mormon who lies and denies with false accusations against me, who put a thumbs down on my videos, you guys are the beam. You're the beamers. Accusing me of being false. Accusing me of being an anti-Mormon, anti-Christ, apostate, Korahor. Yep, it's you. Automatically. Because you have rushed to judgment having not run the test on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or its leaders, and therefore are automatically wrong, instantly. With the thought in your head of, ooh, who did this video? You are instantly the enemy. You are instantly wrong. And you never get it. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye? It's like a little splinter. It's not supposed to be taken literally. This is an allegory parable. But considereth not the beam, a big beam used to support a house, that is in thine own eye. So yeah, can't be literal. Thou hypocrite. And when you know you're wrong and you still do it, it's beyond hypocrisy. You're a denialist, the worst of human behavior. First cast out the beam out of thine own eye. Learn the truth. Study. Run the test. And then you will see clearly to cast out, if any, mote in your brother's eye. And the only thing you'll correct me on is, no, Travis, you meant 13 rather than 30. No, Travis, you meant Revolutionary War, not Civil War. No, you meant Joseph Smith, not Sidney Rigdon. I make those mistakes all the time. It is only Nelson that lies to you. It is the prophets who lie and deceive you. All you had to do was run the test. In 2007, I started writing a book, and I don't think I titled it yet, but it became Modern American Utopia. Because Sir Thomas More's Utopia, of which you can also find this quoted by Drew Barrymore in Ever After. For if you suffer your people to be ill-educated, and their manners to be corrupted from their infancy, original sin, and then punish them for those crimes to which their first education disposed them. What else is to be concluded from this but that first you make thieves and then punish them? The church ill-educates you from birth, from infancy, and your behaviors to be corrupted from infancy. And so then you get punished. Not necessarily by the church, but by society for committing crimes. Because ignorance leads to hate, beam and mode accusations, and hate leads to violence, criminal activity. So yes, Jesus goes over the Beatitudes on how to sue people, not how to get beaten up, how to let people mistreat you and abuse you. What the hell are you thinking? Keep reading. Know the Jewish law. Don't watch The Simpsons and laugh at or get offended because Ned Flanders always gets his up and comings. And that Homer Simpson is the only one who's ever seen Heavenly Father. Ned has only seen the devil. and was the devil himself. It's a number of Treehouse of Horror shows. I miss The Simpsons. It's too bad they're no longer available. It died after 21st season because no more DVDs. God. So, we don't need you anymore. Working on the book. I am being attacked by my neighbors, by those who claim to be my friends, those in the singles ward who had chased me out, and the Nazi bishop, yes, Nazi bishop. He claimed he didn't want to be an intellectual like me and bragged that he had never even read the Book of Mormon. And so yes, Nazi behaviors ensued. It must be white bread only. Oops. Kind of helps if you could read the Doctrine and Covenants, but if he hadn't read the Book of Mormon, he hasn't read the Doctrine and Covenants. And despite a number of elders going to him with the scriptures right here. Nope, bleep you all. You're excommunicated. And they even went above his head to the stake president. And the stake president said, some bishops are called to try, other bishops are called, or try to, what was Brigham Young's quote again? Oh my God. Are called to try, other bishops try to try. I can't remember the quote, but yeah, it basically means amen to their priesthood. So deal with it. Get over it. But, Yep. Sure put him in his place, though. Nonetheless, moving on. And so, the church, Utah, family, neighbors, people claiming to be my friend and were false brethren, false sisterin, all attacking me. And so I had obtained a constitutional law book from the University of Utah, and that was the template for my book. And I started off by talking about how people use beam and mote to falsely accuse people of being terrorists when they're the victims. One person's terrorist is another person's freedom fighter. And then went on to talk about how a government is responsible for the people to take care of their basic necessities. And then went over the Constitution, making commentary on how the state of Utah was violating all of the United States Constitution. And then threw in some translations that needed to be corrected and were not, such that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are allowing these ill education on scriptures to continue when we believe the book of or the Bible to be the Word of God as far as it is translated correctly. So yeah, I was already revealing myself as the head of the church. But in 2008, I found that my parents had been plotting to have me disappeared They were planning on doing it through psychology to lock me up in the University of Utah or the Provo prison. And that pissed me off because I found out about it, and then they sent me paperwork saying, please sign it. It was power of attorney over me by them. Oh, no, you don't. I know what you did to Grandma. That's what they were doing. They were told there's nothing we can do unless he commits a crime. Well, how do we get rid of him? We hate him. He needs to die. My own parents betrayed me. And yes, my mom's name is Judy, the female form of Judah, or Judas as you know it. The betrayers. So yes, she got her comeuppance too. 12/21/21. She was 77. Nonetheless, you don't care. You don't understand. And so I ripped it up into tiny little pieces, gave it back to them. Bleep you. They caused my problems. They were aggravating them. Everybody was against me. Everybody was trying to destroy me for what they themselves caused. And so I turned that unfinished document and did a quick review and tried to finish it up. And petitioned the state of Utah for redress of grievances to the governor, attorney general, and the courthouse. What my First Amendment right tells me I need to do. Petition the government for redress of grievances. It was my grievances. I petitioned. Leave me alone. And so, I was arrested as a terrorist threat. Beam and Moat. Who were the terrorists? I didn't quite know because Shurtleff was taking responsibility for it. But my defense counsel, that I eventually got after weeks of torture with denial of due process, as they were searching desperately, trying to find out how my parents could be right about me having a history of mental illness. Oops, they couldn't find it. My parents lied to get rid of me. They were wanting to pink slip me to the University of Utah, but they couldn't. It was a trap, and they fell right into it. They chose not to leave me alone, to back off, to stop abusing me and denying me my constitutional rights. They chose instead to go to the extreme and prove that they are the terrorists. But who is at the top? My defense lawyer told me it's beyond Mark Shurtleff. Somebody very high up, i.e. not the governor either. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, as I would come to find out. All I needed to find was the receipt of them paying as a reward financially for those responsible for having me disappeared in a black site location, erased, and attempted to be murdered. Anybody know about the story of Laban and the plates of brass and Nephi? Anybody know Deuteronomy 19 verse 19? That's where beam and mote comes from. It's the law of the Jews. That which you falsely accuse in another reveals the same and worse fault in yourself, and the punishment that would have been given to the falsely accused is the punishment to be given to the false accuser. The law of Purim from the book of Esther. They fell right into the trap. Now all I needed to do was break free after 6 years and stumble across the receipt signed and approved by all 15 of the leadership of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in 2008. And thus began the curse of Travis Wayne Goodsell. Not just in conjunction with the curse of Joseph Smith against all of his false accusers who had him murdered, paying the Judas price. Joseph and I are simpatico because I spent my childhood reading his words that were not made available in the Doctrine and Covenants as well. So that's why I'm a pill. Because also, Elijah versus the priests of Baal is one of my favorites. Also, Matthew chapter 23 is a favorite too. And yet Mormons rush to judgment. So yes, I knew all about it because I found the receipt. I had already begun research and was finding out about the Illuminati that led to the Danites that framed and blamed Joseph. Knew all about it. And again, YouTube and cyber terrorists and the church were attacking me again. Just for publishing videos trying to save Mormon lives. I didn't find out this until last year, late last year, after conference, last year in October, late in November. Because in 2020, Dallin H. Oaks talked to the new mission presidents, and President Marquis, a new mission president assigned to Australia, quoted Oaks. Oops. You are not to record Oaks, even if it's in chiasmus. And he put that quote in the letter to the stake presidents and parents of his missionaries. And little Sister Jessica was brand new too. And all the missionaries got to see the letter as well. And she thought it was so cool that she put it on her mission website. Now the whole world can have access to Dallin H. Oaks, first counselor and runner-up to to become the president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints whenever Nelson dies. I already knew the church was the enemy. I already knew they were plotting to overthrow the government and cause the burning. That they are the terrorists. They fell into my trap and they got leaked with their receipt. And I didn't find out about this leak until late last year. The Mormon YouTube employee down in Utah County, so humiliated that he never dares recommend any of that person's videos ever again. I don't go around to other Mormon channels to trash them. I focus on Nelson. He's the president. He's the captain of the ship. If he's wrong, the whole church is wrong, and I already knew he was wrong. I ran the test long ago. But Mormons, desperate with itching ears for anybody who will say anything faith-promoting, you get these other Mormons who talk about other people. You get other prophets who have loose lips and sink ships. There we go. There we go. Theme song in the description below. And so, yes, I already knew this information, but I didn't understand why Armageddon hadn't happened. It was supposed to happen in 2021. I knew, and it didn't happen. I went, crap, what the hell happened? What went wrong? What am I missing? And I'm searching the scriptures, trying to figure out what happened. What went wrong? And for several more years, I see Russia attack Ukraine. Ezekiel 38. I see Islam attacking Israel. Revelation, Armageddon. Along with other abominations under the Biden administration set up by Trump and his administration. Roe v. Wade, bye-bye women, no more rights. And now miscarriages are becoming illegal. They're going to keep going. They're going to make it so that every woman will be a sex slave only. You are born to be a sex slave when you're grown up. No career, no education, ill-educated. Only for breeding. It's coming if they win. And so, yes, Oakes says 2020 and 2021 was merely a test, a trial run. It means the church is the enemy. The church is in charge of everything to destroy the world, world governments, world economies, and religions. With a mass extermination event. Yeah. To falsely accuse me, it was a mighty big trap I set. And the church fell right into it, thinking no one dares to molest or make them afraid. Gotcha. So Mormons see second coming and are clueless that it means the church is the enemy. The church will not allow Mormons to learn from Joseph Smith the extra added information from the 1838 history. Quoting from Malachi about a whole bunch of prophecies of destruction. He quotes the fourth or last chapter of the same prophecy with a little variation. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. That's a mass extermination event. Christians say it's Jesus. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints says it's Jesus who's going to cause this. Do you seriously not believe me, so you don't believe them? All the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall burn as stubble. Here's the added part. For they that come shall burn them, saith the Lord. You think the Lord is Jesus. Jesus just told you it's not Jesus who's going to burn people. Jesus just told you Christianity is all wrong, abominable, and corrupt, just like in verse 19. Who's ill-educated? You are ill-educated. So there you go. Utter destruction, utterly wasted. And all Mormons have to do to be saved from this is in verse 40. He said that the Jewish prophet from Deuteronomy 18, verse 15, is our Christ. But the day had not yet come when Mormons who will not listen to him shall be utterly destroyed. You got to go to Acts, and you got to know the Greek. Joseph did. This is what they've got planned for you guys. This is why I'm now doing the brand new playlist, Trump War on Mormons. Because Oaks is framing and blaming all Mormons who are not in Utah. They got Trump to leave Utah alone. And yet the church demands and orders you to stay where you are. He keeps the missionaries out in the field, not bringing them home, placing little kids in danger, little kids who die on their missions, telling you, well, they go straight to the celestial kingdom. Oh no, not the highest degree. You do not see the evil because you are blinded with Christianity. And yet, again today, I just demonstrated to you who I am. And yet again, Mormons will refuse to believe. What will it take, Mormons? Right, utter destruction. Then you'll believe, if you're still alive.